Welcome back to Crime and Punishment. Today's video we're going to talk about the murder spree of Kam Mcleod, who's 19, and Bryer Schmegelsky, who's 18. Mcleod and Schmegelsky were best friends since elementary school and attended Alberni District Secondary School together. Schmegelsky's father, Al, had said that they had spent the last 5 weeks working night shifts at a Walmart in their first jobs out of school. On July 12, 2019, the pair traveled from their homes in Port Alberni in Vancouver to search for work in Whitehorse, Yukon, according to Schmegelsky's grandmother, Carol Starkey. Starkey said her grandson had been living with her for the past 2 years. He was a great kid. I really enjoyed having him. She told the Vancouver Sun, I wonder if she still feels the same way. Starkey said after the pair arrived in Whitehorse, it wasn't what they expected, so they decided to move on. He doesn't know where they plan to go next. The two were reported missing on July 19th. When the red and gray Dodge pickup truck they were driving was found set on fire near DS Lake, British Columbia. The body of an unidentified man was found a little more than a mile away. The discovery of the burned out pickup truck came 4 days after Australian man Lucas Fowler and his American girlfriend Shaina Desi were found shot to death near Laird Hot Springs, roughly 300 miles away. This sketch is of an unidentified man whose body was found near Mcleod and Schmegelsky's pickup truck on July 19th. He was identified as Leonard Dick. Mcleod and Bryer Schmegelsky were named as suspects in the killings of the 3 people in British Columbia. July 23, 2019, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police reversed course and named Mcleod and Schmegelsky as suspects in all 3 deaths.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Sergeant Janelle Shoyet, and I'm a Media Relations Officer for the BCRCMP. I'm here today to request public assistance in locating 2 suspects in relation to the Northern BC investigations. As a result of our efforts yesterday and our appeal to the public for information, in connection with the Dease Lake investigation and the missing persons investigation related to Kam Mcleod and Bryer Schmegelsky, we are able to confirm new information and issue a new plea to the public. For the past days, investigators have been focusing their attention on locating Kam and Bryer, given that their camper and their truck were located on fire and that the 2 were considered missing. We have also been our efforts continue to identify a man who was found deceased approximately 2 kilometers south of the burned truck on a highway pullout. Efforts continue with respect to identifying that man. Investigators have been able to confirm that Kam Mcleod and Bryer Schmegelsky have left British Columbia and have been spotted in northern Saskatchewan. We believe that they're likely to continue traveling and although we don't have a possible destination, we do know that they were last seen driving a 2011 gray Toyota RAV4. Given these new developments, Kam and Bryer are no longer considered missing. The RCMP are considering Kam Mcleod and Bryer Schmegelsky suspects in the Dease Lake suspicious death and the homicide of Lucas Fowler and Shaina Desi. We're asking the public, if you spot Kam or Bryer, do not take action, do not approach, immediately call 911. In order to assist our efforts in locating Kam and Bryer, we're releasing new photographs that were recently taken. Kam Mcleod is described as, you can see him here in these photographs, he's described as 6'4", approximately 169 pounds, with dark hair and facial hair. He has brown eyes. Bryer Schmegelsky is described as 6'4", approximately 169 pounds, with sandy brown hair. This investigation is very complex and ever-changing and dynamic. Investigators continue to follow up on tips. They're reviewing physical and digital evidence and sharing information. We once again ask the public, if you have any information relating to either of these investigations, to call our major crime tip line at 1-877-543-4822 or locally 778-290-5291. We remain committed to providing you the most up-to-date information with respect to our ongoing investigations and any concerns related to public safety. Once again, we're requesting that you look closely at Kam and Bryer's photographs, recognizing that they may have changed their appearance and may be associated to different vehicles. However, they were last seen, as you see them here, in northern Saskatchewan, associated to a 2011 gray Toyota RAV4. If you see Kam or Bryer, do not approach. Take no action. Call 911 immediately. Thank you.
Schmegelsky's father, Al, held a press conference. At the press conference, Sergeant Janelle Shohat said the pair were last spotted in northern Saskatchewan driving a 2011 gray Toyota RAV4. Officials said the two were dangerous and should not be approached. Shortly after that announcement was made, Fox Lake Cree Nation officials said they found a burned vehicle on their reserve that appears to match the vehicle the teens were driving. The teens were last seen driving. Investigators haven't confirmed yet whether the teens were driving that SUV. It's unclear where the two were headed next. The highway in Gillam ends nearby. The 2-week search for the young men gripped the country and made international headlines. It ended with the discovery of their bodies with self-inflicted gunshot wounds in the dense brush of rural Manitoba.
The end of one of the biggest manhunts in Canadian history. Authorities say that 2 bodies found in the dense forests of Manitoba almost certainly belong to teenagers Kam Mcleod and Bryer Schmegelsky.
This morning, at approximately 10 a.m., our CMP officers located 2 male bodies in the dense brush within 1 kilometer from where the items were found. This is approximately 8 kilometers from where the burnt vehicle was located. At this time, we believe these are the bodies of the 2 suspects wanted in connection with the homicides in British Columbia.
The teenagers are suspected of murdering Leonard Dyke, China Deese, and Lucas Fowler. The event sparked a 3-week-long chase across the country, finally ending near the town of Gillam on Wednesday. Authorities tracked the teenagers over 3,000 kilometers in an area described as very dense brush. At the height of the investigation, drones, dogs, and emergency crews were used, and even the Canadian military was deployed. Authorities hope that this new discovery will help restore calm in communities across rural Canada and provide some level of peace.
To the families of everyone affected by the series of events over the last few weeks, I know it has been so very difficult, and I hope today's announcement can begin to bring some closure.
Mcleod and Schmegelsky were both from Vancouver, Canada, and were said to have been traveling to Yukon Territory when they went missing. The last confirmed sighting of the pair was on July 22nd. Police have not yet discovered a motive for the murders. Leonard Dyke was found shot dead, and details surrounding the deaths of China Deese and Lucas Fowler have not been released.
Our dear China, we can no longer hug our boy. Please hold him tight. You are in our hearts forever.
While this latest development may bring some closure, with both suspects dead, there are still many details, including a motive, that may never be determined. Lionel Donovan, TRT World.
It was there investigators found videotaped confessions of the 3 homicides and enough evidence to suggest the friends had plans to hijack a boat in Hudson's Bay and flee to Europe or Africa.
Good evening. Cold and remorseless. That's how Canadian police have described friends Bryer Schmegelsky and Kam Mcleod in the final report into the teenagers' murder spree. In 6 confession videos, the young men admit to killing 3 people, including Sydney man Lucas Fowler, and they'd vowed to murder more before they killed themselves.
For the first time, we see the murder weapons that inflicted horror on a highway. 2 SKS semi-automatic rifles. One we now know the killers were able to buy legally before shooting Australian Lucas Fowler and his girlfriend as they drove across Canada. 2 months on, police lay bare how Kam Mcleod and Bryer Schmegelsky committed their crimes.
The murders appear to be random and crimes of opportunity.
Police today released this photo of Fowler's van as officers found it, the back window shot out. Hours later, in a cowboy hat, Schmegelsky buys a jerry can, and their 3rd victim, Professor Leonard Dick, has no idea he's next to die. The fugitives then bought electrical tape to change the look of Dick's RAV4 as they fled. When the pair torched Leonard's car after crossing the country, they were effectively cornered.
On one side, they had a very fast-moving river, and to their backs they had a very steep embankment that they were able to traverse down but could not get back up.
The teens recorded 6 videos claiming responsibility for the killings, describing a suicide pact and wanting to be cremated. In one, they say they're going to march to Hudson Bay, hijack a boat and head to Europe or Africa. Another video shows Schmegelsky saying they've reached the Nelson River and may have to kill themselves because the water is fast moving, and Mcleod agrees. Then in a 32-second clip, Schmegelsky explains they've shaved to prepare for death and that they now plan to go back to kill more people and expect to be dead in a week.
It is chilling.
One of the most disturbing details is from a witness who came forward to police in the days after the murders. The driver had pulled over to take a nap on the same highway when he noticed a vehicle stop ahead of him and a man get out, armed with a long gun. Now believed to be one of the teen killers, he moved towards the witness in a hunting stance before the driver managed to speed away.
We have no evidence that leads us to identify what the motive was.
I don't want anybody else to feel like this. That's why we're talking today.
Alan Schmegelsky and his lawyer met with police ahead of the findings going public, learning that Mcleod shot his son dead first before turning the gun on himself.
I lost my dad in a tragedy. And now I lost my son.
This the end of a case that will remain a mystery. In Vancouver, Canada, Alexis Daish, 9 News.
The report set a camera containing 6 videos and 3 still images had been found. In the first video, Schmegelsky says they carried out the murders. The pair then detailed their plans to hijack a boat to travel to Europe or Africa. But in the second video, Schmegelsky says they have reached a fast-moving river and that they may have to kill themselves, to which Mcleod agreed. They again claim responsibilities for the 3 murders and expressed no remorse. In the following video, they say they plan to kill more people. The police were not able to find a motive for this killing spree. In my opinion, I think they just wanted to kill people. What do you guys think about this? Please let me know in the comments. I don't know. They were obviously cowards. They didn't want to face justice. They knew they were done, so they took the easy way out. Let me know if you agree. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to follow me on social media, all the links are below. If you'd like to become a Patreon, the link is there as well. And the link to the Justice for All production merch store is down there as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.